I experience disruptions to my learning every day. Kids acting out in class are a disruption, yet nothing is done. Why do the rules apply to one, yet not another? I feel like these adults were telling me that it wasn't okay for me to have an opposing view. Their arguments were weak, in my opinion. I didn't go to school that day to hurt feelings or cause trouble. I have learned a lot from this experience. I learned that a lot of other students share my view. I learned that adults don't always do the right thing or make the right decisions.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I stumbled across this video this morning, and I thought, you know what? We got to react to this today. Now, I'm putting destroyed in the title of this video. I know people throw that word destroyed around a lot, but this has to be the most elegant, the most calm destruction of a school board I think I've ever seen on the internet that exists. This boy, 12 years old, was told to remove a shirt that he was wearing and was sent home from school for refusing to remove the shirt. What was on the shirt, you might ask? There are only two genders. Now, there are a couple of different reactions that I see floating around to this video. You got some people saying that his parents are influencing him politically and using him as a political pawn in their own politics. And then you got people just outright supporting the kid for, you know, standing up for what he believes in. Now, before this video starts, I'm going to give my 2 cents and show my bias a little bit. To the people who are saying that his parents are influencing him and making him parrot their political talking points, you know, parents are supposed to have some influence on kids. Parents are always influential in your kid's life, whether it's in a negative way or a good way. You know, kids could either see how their parents act and not want to be that way, or see how their parents act, see what their parents believe in, see what their parents stand up for, etc., and choose to, you know, go along with those type of things. But in my opinion, you know, and you'll see when I play this video, this kid was able to defend his shirt, defend his right to free speech and freedom of expression without being, you know, discriminatory, without putting anyone down at all. And I think that is the type of raising of your kids that should be going on. Instead of raising your kids to believe that if people think this way, they're automatically bad. If people believe in freedom of expression, if people believe that there are only two genders, that they're automatically bad and that they should be silenced and they shouldn't be allowed to speak, they shouldn't be allowed to talk, they're bigots, they're homophobes, we should be teaching the next generation that there are and there will be people, no matter what you believe in, who disagree with you. And it's okay to disagree. Have a discussion about it. Talk about it. Have a debate. See whose ideas win, but let everyone be entitled to their own opinion without putting people down, without judging people, and we could all get along. And I think it's especially important in today's day and age that we teach kids the values of debate, the values of agree to disagree, because what we see going on now in academia, if you don't go along with the liberal grain, then you're outcasted to a point where you don't even feel comfortable speaking up about what you do believe in. We need to teach kids not that there's a right way and a wrong way to think when it comes to having opinions, but just that it's important to think. It's important to think. It's important to have debates, have conversations, and, you know, let the best ideas win. We need to really get back to that. But I've talked enough. I'm about to play this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we're watching. Now let's roll it.
7th, 10th grade at Nichols Middle School. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. I never thought that the shirt I wore to school on March 21st would lead me to speak with you today. On that Tuesday morning, I was taken out of gym class to sit down with 2 adults for what turned out to be a very uncomfortable talk. I was told that people were complaining about the words on my shirt, that my shirt was making some students feel unsafe. Yes, words on a shirt made people feel unsafe. They told me that I wasn't in trouble, but it sure felt like I was. I was told that I would need to remove my shirt before I could return to class. When I nicely told them that I didn't want to do that, they called my father. Thankfully, my dad supported my decisions and came to pick me up. What did my shirt say? 5 simple words. There are only 2 genders. Nothing harmful, nothing threatening, just a statement I believe to be a fact. I have been told that my shirt was targeting a protected class. Who is this protected class? Are their feelings more important than my rights? I don't complain when I see pride flags and diversity posters hung throughout the school. Do you know why? Because others have a right to their beliefs just as I do. Not one person, staff, or student told me that they were bothered by what I was wearing. Actually, just the opposite. Several kids told me that they supported my actions and that they wanted one too. I was told that the shirt was a disruption to learning. No one got up and stormed out of class. No one burst into tears. I'm sure I would have noticed if they had. I experience disruptions to my learning every day. Kids acting out in class are a disruption, yet nothing is done. Why do the rules apply to one yet not another? I feel like these adults were telling me that it wasn't okay for me to have an opposing view. Their arguments were weak, in my opinion. I didn't go to school that day to hurt feelings or cause trouble. I have learned a lot from this experience. I learned that a lot of other students share my view. I learned that adults don't always do the right thing or make the right decisions. I know that I have a right to wear a shirt with those 5 words. Even at 12 years old, I have my own political opinions, and I have a right to express those opinions. Even at school, this right is called the First Amendment to the Constitution. My hope in being here tonight is to bring the school committee's attention to this issue. I hope that you will speak up for the rest of us so we can express ourselves without being pulled out of class. Next time, it may not only be me. There might be more students that decide to speak out. Thank you for your time and good night.
Standing ovation. Standing ovation. What did I tell you? Destroyed that school board in the most calm and the most eloquent way. Yes, I said eloquent. Destroyed them. But, I mean, he made such great points. And like I said, you got to teach kids to think. Teach them to think for themselves. Don't teach kids how to think. Don't teach people how to think. We got too much of that going on in today's day and age where if you have an opinion that's deemed, like I said, that goes against the grain, that's deemed controversial, you just aren't supposed to talk about it. Well, why not? Let's talk about it. They removed him from class because they said that his shirt was obstructing and distracting the learning of other kids in class. Now, I've been out of school for a while, but I'm sure kids are still disruptive in class. Being a class clown and doing the most in class, that's really distracting. Wearing a shirt is not distracting. And he said that people were coming up to him and telling him how much they agree with him. And that speaks volumes. They would probably love to wear a shirt like that. They probably actually do think the same thing, that he was brave enough to put on it, to wear a shirt and display, but they feel like they can't. They don't feel comfortable enough doing that. Would it have been a problem if a kid went to school with a shirt saying that there are more than 2 genders, or wearing all the flags of the LGBT movement? Would that have been a problem? The reality is that you gotta allow both sides of the aisle when it comes to these issues. You gotta allow them to represent. We need to stop sheltering kids and just sheltering people in general from having debates and having discussions. What happened to that? This is only middle school we talking about, but you see the same things going on in college. The school is supposed to be a playground for ideas to be exchanged, for kids to get smart, not only from learning lessons in class from their teacher, but from having their own discourse and dialogue, at the lunch table, in passing periods and things like that. Let both sides of the aisle represent. Shout out to this kid. Salute to this kid. He got a bright future. He seemed like a smart kid, and it seemed like his parents raising him right. So I'm gonna end the video like this. I know I said this a couple times, but I'm gonna wrap it up with a little bow on top and say it one more time. Don't teach kids what to think or how to think. Teach them to think for themselves. We need more of that in this country, and I think that will benefit us all greatly. I know the powers that be might not like that because they'll have less people that they can control and manipulate emotionally, but we need more of that in this country. More free thinkers, more rational thinkers who are thinking for themselves. But that's all I got for the video, you guys. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe on your way out the door. And until next time, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.